Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes.
Is there anybody out there that wants to roll? And is there anybody out there that wants to boogie? Tonight, live from the Apollo, Glasgow.
Well, if you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. If you're looking for satisfaction, the satisfaction guaranteed. I'm as cool as a body on ice. Hotter than the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, I'll take you to hell. I ain't fooling, can't you tell? I'm a live wire.
Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with Scott and Andy.
Good evening, and welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur.
And me, Andy Muir,
You had to,
on the screen.
have I? What is it?
Aye.
I don't think I have. What have I got on the
Gigs of
screen?
week. Yeah,
Have I? Oh,
Okay.
that must be something weird going on there, mate. Right, that's it on now. That's it off. Gone? This is a
That's
good
it gone.
start. Is it gone?
It's up to the
Good evening,
usual.
everybody.
Start again.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Good evening.
Good evening, and welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur.
And me, Andy Muir.
How are we all? How are you doing? Nice to see everybody. It's good to be back. It's been a bit of a mad rush this week, but finally made it. I think I only put the fact that we're having a show up about an hour and a half ago, mate. So I apologise for that to everybody. It's quite nice actually. I've been busy this week working, so it's been quite good. So anyway, how you been this week, mate? You all right?
Not bad. Not bad.
What?
Things are warming up here.
I could hear the birds earlier. It sounds really romantic. Quite like the birds tweetering away in the background there. No, they've stopped now. You see, that's typical. They stop when we go in air. That's just typical. That is typical. You've been listening to any music this week?
Oh yes.
What have you been listening to?
I've been
What?
listening to Pantera.
Have you? What Pantera?
Is it a vulgar display of aggression?
Ah,
Something like that.
they'd have been amazing at the Apollo, wouldn't they? They'd have been absolutely fantastic.
They've been
at the Apollo.
and I've also been listening to Ian Jury and the Blockheads, Average White Band, and a little bit of Root Boy Slim.
Oh, I'm excited to hear about that because I haven't had any time to do any research on that guy, and obviously you have, so I'm quite looking forward to hearing about that. So,
Well, research would be one.
well, I know I'm using the term loosely. Anyway, if this is your first time in the show, please put your name and where you're tuning in from into the chat. We'd love to hear from you. As always, if you're coming in from the Facebook group for the first time, or you've never quite got round to it, if you click the little thing at the top of the top of the group, it says, you know, if you want your name to appear, you hit this little link 3 times and your name will appear. I shall put it in the chat, as everybody always tells me to do, because we do like it when you... Oh, what's going on here? That's a bit weird. Oh, they've made some changes again, mate. They're naughty. That link there, so chat.restream.io/FB is where to put it, and I'll just stick it in the chat if anybody's new, because what we don't want to see, and I'll show you an example. Hold on. If you look here, you can see some of the chat, folks, but for example, there you go. Facebook user saying, hi, Scott and Andy. We'd like to know who you are. Now, if you're a Facebook user and you've got a little nickname like this guy, we know who this is. Good evening, Boots. Good to see you. But I'll stick it into the chat there. So hopefully that'll help some folks. So let's see who's in, mate. Let's see who's in. Somebody just said, I think it was Bond. That guy, Fat Boy's father.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hi, Dave. Dave Wilson saying hello, guys. Let more mayhem commence. Yeah, well, it could be quite bad tonight. I can feel it in my water. Ricky's saying good evening to everybody. Hello, Ricky. Cheryl's here as well. Hi, Cheryl. Good evening, guys. And Facebook user saying hello, Scott and Andy. So that's what happens if you don't click your wee thing. Hello, how you doing? Doug's here. Hello, Doug from across the water. Doug, I was working with people from Philadelphia this week. Having a meeting over Zoom is rubbish. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Here, Jackie Linton. Hello, Jackie. How are you doing? Welcome. Nice to have you here. It's a pleasure. Barry's here. Barry, star of multiple versions of himself on here, doing his memories last week was brilliant. And Ian's here. Hello, how you doing? And Facebook users giving us a nice Blues Brothers smile. So that's about it. So this week, what have we got? Well, we've got music that's really in real big contrast this week. Two really different acts at the end of the show for you. One of them we've had on before and we got kicked off. So we'll be using that right at the end of the show. It's a different piece of music and it's definitely a rescued recording rather than a film. So hopefully we won't get kicked off. So mate, I'm sorry if we get kicked off at the end. I'll do my best not to. But and in terms of what have I been listening to? I've not been listening to anything. Oh, I've been listening to dark ambient music because I've been feeling rich. So late at night I've been tuning into all this, weird, wacky stuff to try and calm myself down. So that's about it for me this week. So anyway, let's things rocking with the usual start, mate. I hope you've thought deep and hard about this because there's a lot to get through. Are you ready?
Of course. Hold on. Let me. There we go. Well, who played? Okay, Ian Jury and the Blockheads, supported by Root Boy Slim and the Sex Change Band. That was on Tuesday, July the 31st of...
What on earth is that?
Tuesday, July the 31st. Did I start that wrong? I did. July the 31st, a Tuesday, and it's 1979, and it was only 42 years ago, mate. Only the 42.
God, unbelievable.
Yep. And what can I say about Ian Jury? He is
what a dude.
Very. Like I was doing some writing down stuff when I was listening to it, and I was thinking, oh, this guy's too adult for me. I was like, whoa, I don't know if I should be listening to this. It's a bit adult, but,
do you know he died? He died of cancer 21 years ago.
Oh, really?
Aye, 21 years ago.
I didn't think it was
the year 2000. Year 2000, he died.
Was it 2000? Was that 21 years ago?
It was.
Oh dear. That was about 10 years ago. Right. I used to have, I think either me or my sister, probably my sister, had Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick as a cover, as a single. But I'm pretty sure that would have been a great gig. Although one of Ian Bamford, one of our regulars, said he can't remember being impressed by it, and he's got high standards, Ian. So
yeah, he must be. Huh?
He must have not been on form that night. But I did listen to some songs from a couple of gigs on that tour.
Yeah,
he seemed shouty and feisty. I liked it. I quite liked. I wouldn't have liked it at the time, because I was too young and stupid.
Yeah.
1982, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
1850
or something, mate.
Yeah, I was 14. I didn't have a clue.
Didn't
have a clue what was going on.
No.
But I enjoyed it. It was good. Enjoyed the music. He's got I was just standing making a cup of tea the other day, and I was going, "Oh, what's that riff? That's pretty good." And it was an Ian Jury riff. I was like, "Oh, Good song called "Waiting for Your Taxi." Love it. Mental song.
Aye.
Yeah.
I mean, it
You
was
can
in
have to do it yourself, but he had this thing where he wouldn't if they had a single, they wouldn't put a single on the album.
right.
So they'd make an album and then not have any singles on it, I think. So most of his big songs weren't on when I don't know. They weren't. The band were a bit annoyed. The band were a bit annoyed because he wouldn't let them have a single from an album.
Yes.
So they'd have to do, like they have to add it on later on a compilation or something. Yes, Jazz Jankel. Someone wrote, Facebook user. Jazz Jankel did a lot of the music for the first wee while.
That was Paul. That was Boots. That was Boots that said that. He's a big fan of.
He's got boots. I see the boots. Right.
Yeah.
He's just got a symbol. Boots. He's like Prince. And the support band was. I just found out this yesterday from one of our fabulous members. They're a band called Root Boy Slim and the Sex Change Band. Now, this band were probably a perfect match for Ian Dury and the Blockheads because they were of similar ilk. They had same sort of mentality, I think. And the music was pretty good too. It was good. But that guy was the singer was called Foster Mackenzie III.
Excellent.
The vocalist, I'm not sure if he's a singer. He was the vocalist.
Yeah.
But I was reading a blog. Someone put a blog and it said they got dropped by Warner Brothers, who was a record company, but not before they'd done a tour of Europe, a 3-month tour of Europe, and some of that, I think that was with Ian Dury, and he said he was much enamoured of Scotland and because he had Scottish forebears, so he must have taken to the drink, I think maybe, and he's a little bit mentally,
yeah.
What do you call it? Yeah, it's special. He's schizophrenic, I think. So it's some due to drug use and things. But the album's pretty weird. They've got mad first song on their album's called Boogie Till You Puke, and another song called Too Sick to Reggae, and then another one called My Wig Fell Off, which is a classic. It's a classic tale of an older gentleman going to the disco and losing his hairpiece. But pretty good. I did enjoy it. It was not bad.
That's excellent. I like that.
Not bad. But and the Average White Band played on thank you, on Monday, August the 2nd, 1982. I did listen to some best of Average White Band. Some cracking tracks in there, but a lot of good.
I don't
want to disparage them, but they did sound a little bit like Cool.
They did a bit. I mean,
Cool and the Gang sounded like them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they
pick up the pieces. Brilliant
pick
track.
up the pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, the interesting thing about them.
Amazing.
Obviously they're Scottish.
Yeah.
On you go, mate. Yeah.
You're breaking up, mate.
All right, on you go. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. On you go.
Yeah, they were Scottish, coming from Dundee, I think. Well, hailing from Dundee area, and they all met up in Glasgow. I enjoyed them, but it was kind of washing over me because like a homecoming almost. Sort of played the Caird Hall on that tour. But they're still I think they're still having a go at touring. I saw they were touring in 2000 and in the last couple of years. They did a big tour. They were like Aberdeen and
I mean, look at the state of them in that photograph, mate. What are they like? Did you?
Yeah, they're just,
All right, okay.
just having a good time. Look,
Aye,
no, they're just
aye.
no. I didn't see them, but I saw that they were playing. Yeah, yeah. No,
Oh,
I
dear,
mean,
they're getting.
they
Here's some
don't look like
feedback.
your average.
Here's some feedback, mate. No,
Oh,
there was a
they were
there was a
terrible.
good
20 solos for every instrument. Oh, okay.
dear.
Oh, okay. I mean, when you hear them, you go, oh. I mean, they don't really have a Scottish sound, you know.
No.
So good on them. They're successful in America.
Yes.
Still good. If you're still touring 48 years or whatever it is. When did they form? 1972. 52 years. 40. What? 52, 40, whatever. A long time ago. They're still going, and they're great. Yeah, they're doing well. They do what they do, and they do it well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I did like pick up the pieces. Another one called Cut the Cake, which is not that different from. It's not that. I mean, it's good. It's good. 49. Thank you, Bone. You are yes. Yeah. They were good. But I did when I was listening to them, and then I was listening to Ian Jury. I was like, there's a kind of crossover here because there's some disco.
Got a bit of problem, I think, here. You're breaking up, Andy. Don't know if everyone else is having the same problem, but you've frozen in my machine. Can somebody let us know if they can hear Andy and it's just me that's having a problem?
To Ian Jury. I'm not saying the average white band would do.
So can everybody hear Andy? I can't hear him. I can't hear you, Andy.
Okay. Did I
No,
go offline for a second?
Yeah, okay.
Right,
I'll keep going. On you go, mate. Off you go. Yeah, you're frozen. If you can hear me, mate, you're frozen. Okay, folks, I'll just read
frozen.
This. No, you're frozen. You've frozen.
All right, okay.
You're breaking up, mate. Yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah.
Okay.
Try rebooting, Andy.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, mate. Well done. Right, so there's loads of comments here. Let's just go back. God, there's loads and loads of them. There's quite a good one here. Was it? Now, I'm just going to tell you who this is because it's a good comment. It's Graham Roger. Hi, Graham. How you doing? Said he saw Ian Jury in the Air Gaiety Theatre a year before he died. Really, came on with a stick and sat in a stool. Still fabulous. Yeah, I mean, I saw the documentary with Serkis. Someone else mentioned it as well. I think somewhere. Where is it? But with Andy Serkis. Now I don't know what folk thought of that. I thought it was really good. I'm not sure what his family might have thought of him because he didn't come across as a particularly nice fella. Yes, it was Ian actually. Sorry, hi Ian, how you doing? I really enjoyed it, but he was a tough guy. I think he came across as being quite tough to work with. But I recommend it. If you've not seen that documentary, it's well worth having a look. Because it's one of these ones that when you see a lot of these music documentaries, they're a bit sugar coated. This one isn't. It's fairly. I'm just going to put a thing up on the screen here. If I can find it, there we go. And hopefully Andy will be back on in a minute to finish this. But let me just see if I can find a cover up. I'll stick it on the. Here it is. Here I've got it here. But yeah, I mean, his image was tough and hard, and I think maybe he was as well in real life. Don't know if any of you guys met him at gigs or after gigs, but I've heard he was quite a character if you met him as well. But yeah, so you've never seen this. Let me just put this on the screen. If you've never seen this documentary, it's really rather good. It's one of these ones that as I say, it captures something. Whether it's true or not, I'm not sure. I haven't met the guys, so I can't comment. But it really was a fantastic documentary, and I highly recommend it. So let's see what else folk are saying. We've got there's loads of them. Here's someone saying, I never saw Ian Jury or the Blockheads, but I did get to see bass player Norman Watt Roy as part of the Wilco Johnson band. Fabulous player he is. Yeah, Dave. I've seen the Wilco Johnson band, and I'm assuming I've seen that guy as well because it was a fantastic night. I loved it. It was absolutely brilliant. And it was one of these gigs. It's not the sort of gig I normally go to, but I really, really enjoyed it. And over on YouTube, hello there, John. Hello, guys, from sunny Glasgow. My first gig was Slade at the Greens Playhouse, the 23rd of November, supported by young Susie Quattro and Thin Lizzy. That's how it was printed on the ticket. 85 pence. Brilliant. So we've got a new member there, folks, which is great. I love seeing new folk in here. And Ian Duran the Blockheads, great proto-punk band. Can't disagree with that at all. Liam, you're a bit early. You're not normally on until about midnight. Nice to have you here, mate. It's good to see you. Yeah, welcome was awesome. He's brilliant. And it's amazing that how his health went all wrong, and then he got through it, and he came back, and he's come back stronger. He's done some really good music. Cheryl saying, yeah, I saw the drama with Andy Serkis. I did enjoy it. Yeah, it's well worth watching. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. He's quite a character, Andy Serkis as well. One of these guys, isn't he, that seems to be able to mold himself into any character when he plays the character. He's quite an extraordinary person. Okay, so let's just have a wee look. Andy's still trying to get back in, I think. So there's a couple of things I just wanted to mention about this. Look at this. I love this photograph. Isn't it brilliant? The guy, is it Hamish his name is? Yeah, Hamish. He looks like a right nutter, doesn't he? Not quite sure who he was, but it was a bit interesting. I had never heard how they got their name. Now, it's a wee bit, there's different views online. There was one said that it had come from, there's a singer called Bonnie Bramlett. Now, I'd never heard of her. She's now a solo artist, but she was in a band, to be honest, guys, I can't remember the name. But apparently they were jamming, they were just jamming together after a Traffic concert, and one of them said, and I'm assuming it was this Bonnie person who said, this is too much for an average white man. Now, she's a woman, so I'm not quite sure. This is why there's various stories on the internet about it, but their name came about around about that time regardless, and they had their big breakthrough supporting Eric Clapton, who had just they just released their debut album Show Your Hand in '73. Didn't do particularly well, but the Clapton manager really liked them, so they ended up moving with him. They went to the States and promoted them, and bang, they just went absolutely massive. And they had a number one in the States, so they were a successful band, and a band that many people still like. And I was talking to a friend of mine over in the States this week, and she was saying, yeah, Average White Band, absolutely fantastic. So they've still got this fan base over there in the States, which is amazing. So I think that's testament to the power of their music, and good for them. Right, what else is going on here? Doug's asking me a question. Hi, Scott. Is that Yorick on the shelf in the background? Did you know him too? Where is he? Where's Yorick? He's up there. Yeah, he's usually up there. That there. I'll tell you the story some other time, Doug. It's probably not for the Glasgow Apollo. Maybe the after show thing, mate. I'll tell you about it. I've quite often got skulls. In fact, I was talking about skulls today to somebody because I used to do a weird job. So I'll tell you about that. If you come into the after show, you might be able to watch that with me. So Andy still not made it back. So I'm just going to keep going, if you don't mind, guys. And I'm going to put on, and I've got something here that I'm quite looking forward to showing you this, actually, because it's been on before, but I really like it. Now, last week we had a fantastic memory about ZZ Top playing at the Glasgow Apollo, posted by our friend Barry from Fife. And that's Barry he's got this sort of Slade sideburns, if you're there, Barry. And this week we've not had any new videos. Let me just, before I play one though, I just like to explain to new members what we're doing here. We'll try to encourage people to send in their video recordings of their memories from the Glasgow Apollo. It'd be great if you could send them in. And this is just an example from one of our earliest contributors that we really, really like. Bon, I didn't warn you I was going to play this again, but I'm going to play your memory again. So this is exactly the sort of thing we're encouraging people to send in to apollomemories@yahoo.co.uk.
Hi there. Just making a small video for the Apollo website for the group members for the chat on a Friday night or whatever. I posted some photographs online this week, and they seem to have went down well. Created a bit of reaction from the comments and whatever, but glad to see that the punters like them, and it brings back some memories for days gone past. The first gig I went to in the Apollo was Queen in 1979, and as you can see from the photos that I posted, there's a young Tom Russell in one of them, but more importantly, what I didn't know at the time is that I would meet my future girlfriend many years later after that gig. Both of us were at that concert and our paths didn't cross on the night. Obviously too young at the time, but a few years ago we connected and we've been together ever since. So Cheryl Duncan, glad to have met you finally, and we're both members of the site. We enjoy it, love the Friday night chat, and long may it continue. Look forward to more memories getting loved. Thanks, bye.
Tommy, you're a star. Thank you very much indeed for that. That's fantastic. Andy's back. Hello, Andy. Can we hear you?
I can't hear you, so hold on.
Oh, well, we can hear you. Hold on, I'll just let you know. Yeah. We can hear you, including...
Oh, you can hear me. Brilliant.
Yeah, including the budgies.
Better not swear then.
No. What are you doing? Clear as a bell. That's not good.
All right, I'll just keep mucking about and see what happens.
Okay, mate. Well, we can definitely, well, if you can, right, so we can hear you. Huh. Okay. Right.
What have you done since we can hear you? Okay, what have you done? Did you show Tommy? You showed Tommy and...
yeah. Yes, we went and we did. We did. So
stupid thing.
Right, let's I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do that. So while Andy's sorting himself out, I'm just gonna move on slightly, and I'm going to play a bit of music because we want Andy to get sorted so you can all hear him. So what we'll do is we'll move to one of tonight's pieces of music. This is a band that I know there's a lot of love for this band out there. But they are one of the heaviest bands, I think, certainly one of the heaviest bands I've ever seen at the Glasgow Apollo. And just this week, the guys over at Rescued Recordings put one of the gigs up, the 1983 Judas Priest gigs. So thanks to Jack McCafferty, Stephen McKinley, and Phil Osborne. Absolutely brilliant, as always. What would we do without these guys? If you've not heard of them, pop over to Rescued Recordings and on Facebook. It's a great... Oh, dearie me. We're definitely having issues tonight, aren't we? That's really weird. That's never happened before. Anyway, so this is Judas Priest from 1983 with the title track to their album, Screaming for Vengeance.
Give me a good time tonight, Glasgow! Well, yeah, it's real good to be back. This is the title track from the Screaming for Vengeance album. Aptly titled Screaming for Vengeance!
Well, that's what you would call. You've got your turn off. Turn your Facebook off, man.
What?
Exactly. Well, that's what Boots said. Back to one of the hairy chest.
Hello. Oh, come on, man.
You're having a mare this week, mate. This is so good. This is him when he's sober. This is him when he's not even had a drink. Maybe you need a drink, mate. Maybe that's what it is.
No drinks.
No drinks. Oh, no drinks. Oh,
No
dear.
drinks.
Right.
No drinks.
Okay. So what do you think of that?
I needed to grow more hair in my chest.
Yeah, some of that. That was funny. Back to the hairy chest, said Paul. Very funny. Ian's saying there's a good article about Priest in Classic Rock magazine this week. I stopped buying Classic Rock, Ian, because I got sick of I got sick to the back teeth reading about Lead, Bloody Zeppelin, and Deep effing Purple. I just couldn't be doing it anymore. But I mean, I might go and buy it.
Did you?
Just got sick.
I didn't read the review of the new wave of classic rock album, but I believe one of the journalists there at Classic Rock panned it. Right?
Really?
Panned it. Yeah. And he gave it such a bad review, like, and then everyone on the new wave of classic rock Facebook page was like, "What? This guy's out of touch, man. He's
no idea, because that's a brilliant double. That's a great album. That new wave of classic rock album. That's really. I just got a wee bit. Yeah. Anyway, we're not here to talk about classic rock. But Ricky's saying he last saw Priest at the Ergo Arena in Gdansk. Really. December 2015, UFO with a support band. What a gig. Blinking heck. That's a cracking gig, that, Ricky. Judas Priest were actually the first headline act I ever saw. They were supported by, it was at the Apollo, and it was the German lot Accept that supported them. I'm sure a few of you were there. I mean, I guess that's a bit like, I get another one of these recordings, like Tom Russell said, it's really raw. And the big man is screaming his head off, really going for it. But,
not the pristine vocals you expect.
No, absolutely not. We've also had a threat. We've had a bit of a threat, mate. Raymond has said he's not working tomorrow. Oh dear, that means the gin might be out in the after show Zoom call tonight, folks. So that could be quite scary.
Piers and Gordon's gin has gone up.
Yeah, and then Raymond's actually saying in reply to Ricky, only saw them one second ever gig at the Apollo Stained Glass tour. Is that the same one I was at, Raymond? I think it might have been. So, and then okay, Paul Boots is off. He's off to make a cup of tea. He's got to put the kettle on because he's not a big Priest fan. But no, I hope you enjoyed it, folks. I enjoyed that. I mean, I know it was very screamy, but it's raw rock music. So
what was the song called?
Screaming. This looks like Clay. So we're going to jump back because Andy's going to tell us about what happened in the socials this week. Didn't warn you I was going to do that, did I?
I'm wise to your mad ways. Right. Wily TV ways. Are you thrown to that? I think that's what you're doing.
No, I'm trying to be cool.
Right, okay. This week we have had 50 new members, I think. Oh no.
How many?
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Last week. This week we've had 33 new members.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for joining up. 33 and 340 active members. Thank you very much for joining in and all your posts. We have 9,789 members, which is
good luck.
Fantastic. Good luck. And I'd like to thank those members personally for putting up with this nonsense.
All the nonsense.
No, I'd like to thank the people who bought the t-shirts this week. Thank you very much. I was looking at the prices on there. I realised that the postage is a bit weird. If you don't want to pay the full, whatever, £10 postage, don't buy the one with it's double-sided. And I am looking at changing the supplier, but if you buy one that's just got the single that's just printed on the chest there, that's a bit cheaper. But I'm looking at other places. It's difficult to get print-on-demand places in the UK that are any cheaper than what is offered there. So, I mean, it makes it easier for us, but it's a wee bit more expensive for you. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. There was 27 posts this week. There was 759 comments, which is unbelievable.
What's that?
Yep. And 2,063 reactions, so thumbs ups, and the like, red faces, angry faces, thumbs down, that kind of stuff. I did see, sounds like me being some kind of headmaster. I did see people having a bit of a go at each other at the having a go at each other about the Alex Harvey thing. I'm not sure who you are, the person who was disabusing Alex Harvey. Your profile looks a bit dodgy, and you were definitely trolling people. So I wasn't really liking that. But you're still on, so you can redeem yourself.
But not for much longer. I don't mind them slagging bands off, but nah. Let's.
It's when you start. It's when you start saying, "Oh, I've got mates in Dun." When you were slagging off the person, that's not right.
It's not nice. It's not nice.
And what you were saying wasn't great. Was not great. Nice. It was rubbish.
Tell you what, mate, you're nicer than me. I was getting really pissed. Sorry to swear, but I was getting really pissed off. There's no need for it. I mean, I don't care if you don't like Alex Harvey. I couldn't care less. I don't like Ian Dury, you know, but I'm not going to slag him off, you know. I mean, I'll slag
for liking them.
Aye, there's a couple of them. As you know, there's certainly a couple of artists that I'm not keen on, but I think I've made that quite clear. But I don't think you need to be quite so grumpy about it.
You don't have to be. It got way too personal and way
too much. Yeah,
too quick too, man. It wasn't like it was like you know, I don't like them. You're a dick. What? Whoa. Take it easy.
Calm down. Yeah.
You know. So
let's see. I'm getting abused. There's Paul having to go to me. Like, see what? Because I said I don't like Ian Dury. See that. I'm not going to fall out with Paul because of it. I mean, obviously I'm right and he's wrong, but it doesn't matter. That's just the way it is.
Everyone likes the last word, don't they?
They do. Yeah, and I never mentioned Glenn Hughes. It was Ian that mentioned Glenn Hughes, not me. The mighty Glenn Hughes. I just read an article. Tell you what, mate. Sorry to interrupt you. I just read. I finished the Dio book, and he said he liked Glenn Hughes. So that's two things now that's making me think I need to change my mind about Glenn Hughes. I'm still fighting.
You need to reassess your position here.
I'm fighting it. I've had 20 years of hating the guy. So wee Ronnie said he was nice. So I'm kind of going, oh dear, I don't know.
Nice guy. Yeah. And he writes a good tune. I mean, come on. He writes a good tune. Okay, so that's what happened.
Right, thank you very much. Right, now there was a band, mate, I wanted us to talk about. Oh, he's still talking. Right. Just played Judas Priest. They were all over the shop this week, right? That's fine. But there was the band that supported Judas Priest on that tour. These guys. Quiet Riot. Now,
oh, yes.
Weirdly, I was working with these Americans this week and I was talking to one of them about Slade, believe it or not. And he'd never heard of Slade. He'd never heard of them, right?
Wow.
This is a guy in his 50s. So you're thinking, obviously Slade never made it in the States. So I then said to him, have you heard the Quiet Riot? And they went, yeah, fantastic rock band, brilliant. Saw them in the 80s. And I was going, Jesus. And I said to him, do you know the two big hits that they had? And he went, oh, and he mentioned this, Mama, We're All Crazy Now and Come and Feel the Noise. I went, you know who wrote those songs? Quiet Riot, he said. I was like, no, mate, no. It was Slade. And she'd have seen his face. It was hilarious. So what did you think of Quiet Riot? Did you ever see them?
No, I did not. But I
No.
thought they're a shouty rock band, and they've done 2 songs by Slade.
Of course, Randy Rhoads started his career off.
Yeah, and that's
Ozzy's.
on the left there. That's Rudy Sarzo as well.
Aye, Rudy's in the band. Aye, he's back in the band. He's back in the band.
Is he?
Yeah,
Still going?
they're still going.
I
The
thought
singer died.
Kevin DeBro died, didn't he?
He died,
Yeah.
didn't he? That's the guy with the stripy shirt on in that picture, folks. But I actually saw them, and I'll tell you what, they were brilliant. They were a great, out the box rock and roll band. I like that. What was that song? They wrote a song about Fly, the one about Randy. Do you remember that song? I quite like that. They wrote a song because I don't know how. I think they weren't very happy with Ozzy Osbourne. I think when Randy left to join that band, but you can't blame Randy. You know, Ozzy Osbourne's asking you to join the band. Well, I'll stay with this wee band while I go. And, you know, you can't. But Bond's saying Quiet Riot were a great wee band. There you go, good musicians. Yeah, they were good. They were definitely good.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, I remember going to some rock discos at uni. They're the only rock disco I used to go to, and where was that? Ritzy's in Aberdeen. The Rock Club Thursday night, blutered every night.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
But I remember them playing some Quiet Riot stuff.
Aye,
Like,
they were all right. I liked them.
Yeah.
But they sold millions in America though, so good on them. They're a career.
Yeah.
Good for them. You know, you can't argue with that.
But good shouty rock band.
I don't remember seeing them at the Apollo. I think I must have, but I just don't remember. I might have been, I don't know, having a sandwich or something. But I don't know.
Sandwich. Sandwich, Jack. Can I go back to you? Oh, this is back on the socials here, mate. On the Facebook.
On you go. Go back. That's great. We're all over the shop.
You played the Temple of Apollo. Have we talked about that?
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it. No.
All right, okay.
No.
So if you haven't seen it on the Facebook page, on YouTube, and probably on everything, Twitch as well, probably.
It's there.
There's a rescued recording of a show that was broadcast a few years ago about the Apollo. It's called Temple of the Apollo, and it's got contributions from, well, maybe everyone. That's a lot of people that were involved in it. You know, Frank Lynch, Martin Keelty, Tommy McGrory, and many others. I think one of is it John Henry? Was he on it?
Yeah, he was.
And Billy Sloan's on it. I know he's a bit divisive, but he's a big fan of the Apollo and Greens.
Yeah.
So he's all right by me. And I'm not sure if it was Tommy or Martin that said this thing. Because if you're out somewhere, wherever you are in the world, and you meet a fellow Scot of a certain vintage, and you go, oh, where are you from? And if they say Glasgow, you go, oh, did you go to the Apollo?
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't say, and this is what he said, you don't get that. Did you go to the Royal Concert Hall? Or,
yeah, it was a good line.
You know,
it was a good
that
line.
happened to me. I was at I can't remember one of the early contributors to the website, before we had Facebook, before all that stuff. A guy emailed us, I think, and said,
Aye.
I'm going to be in Sydney and I'm touring with Kings of Leon. I'm in the back line. I'm a roadie for them. And he got me a complimentary ticket for Kings of Leon.
I remember.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going, this is brilliant, man. Great. So I went to Kings of Leon, and was it Kings of Leon? No, it was the Strokes. Sorry. Kings of Leon were support act. The Strokes. Great gig, brilliant gig. And I had my F Bingo long rock and roll t-shirt on, and underneath it was Glasgow Apollo. And I saw that I was just standing at the mixing desk, in the Horden Pavilion in Sydney, and this guy comes up to me and goes, "Excuse me, pal, is that place no shut?" And I was like, yeah, this is a website I run. He went, "What? A website for the Apollo?" This was a long time ago. This was like, oh, it must have been 17 years ago, maybe. No.
Well, it's just when we started, really.
14 years ago, I think. And
Yeah.
he goes, 15 years. And I'm going, yeah. He goes, "Check it out, man." I goes, "Check it out." He goes, "Fuck, the Apollo, man. Brilliant. And I was like, it was Scottish, like, and he goes, "I've seen all these bands here." And it was great. We had a wee chat, and I said, "Well, keep in touch, mate." Never kept in touch, but he probably went to the website. Or maybe it was that guy. I don't, it might have been Ricky. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was such a long time ago. Could have been that guy.
Yeah.
That's Ricky Price, yeah. But yeah, no, it was good. I was very thankful. I was hoping I'd meet him. He would come out and I'd meet him, but I didn't have a mobile phone. He didn't have a mobile phone at the time, so yeah. It was very nice of him. Thank you very much, whoever you are.
Yeah, we got a witty question from our friend Bon as usual. What extras did you have to do to get that, Andy?
Mate, it was just my charm and wit was all that was needed.
Definitely, and charming good looks, mate. Charming good looks. Excellent. So, we're glad there was a few hundred actually. It got a few hundred views. That
great. I listened to it last night. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
I listened to it last night. Well done, the BBC, for putting it on.
Aye, absolutely. We've got a few more shows. One of them's with me, and it's really embarrassing. Really, really embarrassing. But I'm going to put it on because it would be inappropriate.
Is this the Tom Morton one?
Oh, God. Right at the beginning, just when we launched the website. Oh, God, it's terrible. It's so bad. It's just, what a dick. Oh. Anyway.
Is it Tom Morton one?
Aye. Yeah.
I love that. It's your accent is brilliant.
It's really weird.
I was like, who is this guy?
Oh, God. I think, where was it? I was living in Altrincham. I was working in Altrincham in Manchester at the time. What a gold-plated knob I was. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, moving on. We will show it. We will play it. I think there's a couple of other ones as well we've got, so we'll play them as well. And what I might do, Andy, if it's all right with you, maybe every month we'll just put some of these on repeat. We'll put on the show with Alvin, and we'll put on the various radio shows as we go through the months, because folk are watching them and it's lovely. It's really nice. And what I like about it is that every time we play one of these things, we get lovely comments, and we also get folks saying, "I've never seen it. That made me cry," and I just love it.
Yeah. One of the people yesterday said that they felt quite emotional listening to it, but I can understand that, because if it's a big part of your life, it's a big part of our life now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant. There's a comment here saying, "Did somebody mention Glenn Hughes?" And then Boots has put, "I would rather meet Glenn Michael." I'm with you. That's it, mate. I'm going to go start listening to the Ian Jury.
I'd rather meet Paladin.
Excellent. Yes, I remember that. Yeah. God, do you remember? That's really funny because one of our mates from school, Paul McManus, who's now the drummer with Gun, he made his TV debut. Do you remember that on Glenn Michael's Cavalcade? And we all get into I remember us all getting into the hall, the old school. I remember the one before they built the new comprehensive, mate. You remember the old one on the hill near the mill?
Apple Street.
And and we got they had the big screen, and they showed
the big screen. The big screen. It was a twice that size TV.
Yeah, it was the telly, right?
For the whole school.
It was a big screen. God, you see the telly I had, and they had that screen on, and then they showed the video of wee Paul, and poor wee Paul was sitting there going, "Oh God!"
I don't remember that. Right,
it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
I seem to remember he was on. Was he on Nationwide as well?
He was. He was on Nationwide.
That's when I saw him, I think.
He was
familiar.
He's a school superstar, was wee Paul. And here's Dave saying Glenn Michael is a legend. Absolutely, he was brilliant. Absolutely magic. Absolutely magic. So anyway, so we're finally getting towards the end now. You see, we've managed it. We've been all over the place. We've had technical issues, I've got names wrong, but I think I do that every week. So Andy's been on top form, haven't you, mate?
As always, man.
Ian's saying, look at this. Look, Ian Bamford's saying Glenn Michael is now 95. Bloody hell.
Wow.
Legend, absolute legend. Anyway, talking about legends, we're going to finish with a legend.
What a segue.
I know, it's amazing, mate. It's natural. Just you've either got it or you don't, you know. You've either got it or you don't.
Talking about people who haven't.
Well, God, there's Cheryl saying, "Oh my God, Glenn Michael and Nationwide, you're taking me back." I'm going to see if I can find one of them. I wonder if we can find one of those clips. I bet they're on the YouTubes, as my dad says. We'll have a look on the YouTubes. You never know, you know. I'll text Paul. Maybe he's got them. We'll see if we can get hold of that. That'd be hilarious.
What, he's got a Philips 2000. Was it Philips 2000 videotape from school? He stole it.
A lot of these things are on the YouTubes now, mate. A lot of them are. Do you remember how we used to live? That's all on YouTube now. Do you remember that TV? We used to get that at school. It was like they'd go back in time, and it would be like how we used to live in Scotland back in like 1870, and they had all these really bad actors, and a lot of them ended up like in Take the High Road and stuff. I know it was really bad, but that's all on YouTube, on the YouTubes. So anyway, talking about legends. The last time and 2 or 3 of you have already said, "Oh, I know who this is." It's Neil Young. The last time we put Neil Young on the show, we showed the extended version of the little video that he made. They made of him walking down Renfield Street to Central Station in Glasgow and then busking, and we got kicked off. I think it's the only time we've been kicked off, isn't it? I think it is. No, we got kicked off with AC/DC as well, didn't we? But this is a recording. This comes from the Amazing Rescued Recordings, and this is one of his classics. And this is a version of Heart of Gold by the one and only Neil Young. And this is a brilliant song. Wow. That was
Good
good.
song.
Brilliant.
Good.
Absolutely brilliant. He drives me nuts, but because I've seen him several times, and some of the times I've seen him, he's been terrible, as I've said on here before, and other times he's been extraordinary. So he's just one of these mercurial musical geniuses. See that line, mate? I put the wee sticker in. See that line? This one here. I've been in my mind. It's such a fine line that keeps searching for a heart of gold. Oh, bloody hell! Fantastic. I absolutely love him. So let's see what folk are saying. Dave Mull.
I don't think Ian Jury did any lines like that.
No. Classic stuff, says Dave. You're absolutely right. And here's Ricky saying Old Neil was in great form back at the ACCCCCCC in 2016. Backing band were Promise. To the Sons of Willie Nelson. Oh, very good. Very good. Quite like Willie Nelson, actually. I quite like Willie Nelson. Quite like him. Bon Scott has turned me into a gun fan. Was sadly lacking in my knowledge of them until he introduced me to them. Literally. Right, very good. Bon knows them, doesn't he? He knows the boys, the brothers, I think. He knows them all. Ian said he bought the single in 1972. God, you must be really old, Ian. Took it to a party and the host wouldn't play it. What? It's just extraordinary. Absolutely brilliant. Barry saying classic Neil Young, and thanks for the Neil Young clip. The old hippie in me loved that. Cheers, Cheryl. I mean, see the Unplugged album it has.
Good.
That and the Nirvana one. Just brilliant. Anyway, so we've come to the end. I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. As always, we're going to have our after show nonsense, and if I can find the link, I will put it on the screen. Here we go. Yep, there you go. Come along to that. It'd be lovely to see you. We have a right laugh most weeks, and Raymond's not working tomorrow. That means it might get. In the end, I have to kick him off. That's how much fun it is. So come along. It's hilarious.
Hey, I love you guys.
I love you guys. Yeah, it sounds brilliant. So please come along.
Very good. I know
there was a couple of people trying last week, and we saw you, but we couldn't hear you. Please be patient because we'll get you on. You know, we just need to fiddle with the tech. I know it's not easy for everybody, but there was a couple.
What you say there, mate.
Oh, come on. We didn't have Gary Glitter on this week, but no, we'll get you on. And I'm sorry, I was annoyed because there was one. I think it was somebody. Was it Richard, the chap's name? Can you remember the guy last week trying to get on, and he couldn't get on, so it's really annoying. Anyway, so please try. We'd love to see you. And so this was Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur,
and me, Andy Muir.
We shall see you next week, same time, same place. And I wonder if there'll be more than 2 headline acts next week. That'd be kind of cool, you know. No, isn't it weird? Anyway, hopefully see you over on Zoom. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night.
See you, mate. Bye. See you.